Welcome to another edition of Insurance Questions Podcast number 82. It is Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. How's your Thursday going, Donnie Lowe?
It's going great, but what podcast number is this?
82.
I can't believe that.
Name a Buffalo Bill with 82. I'm going old school on this. See if you get this one.
My first thought was Andre Reed? No.
He was 83.
83. 82.
It's one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Who was 82?
Huh? Think about it. We'll put it out there in the ether.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Tasker was 89.
Screw it. I'm going to tell you. Frank Lewis.
Oh my gosh.
Remember him? He was fast and he had sweet hands.
Yeah, but wasn't he only on the Bills for like one or two seasons?
Like for a blink of an eye, but they were like fantastic. Who was he teamed up with? I forget. Was it Jerry Butler back in the day?
It could have been, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
When did Lofton come? It was like early 90s, maybe 89. Somewhere.
Yeah, 89 or 90, I think.
Did he come from Green Bay or Oakland? I don't remember because I know he played.
I think Green Bay, I'm pretty sure.
It was.
Yeah. So classy guy.
We're down one person today. Where is she?
She's missing.
The sassiest of sassies of all, Sassy Sarah. She's doing fun stuff today with her family, so I hope she's having a good time today.
I know. That's great.
Mm-hmm. We were talking yesterday about what we were going to talk about on the show today, and what did we come up with, Donnie Lowe? Do you remember?
Well, today is Annuity Thursday.
I know that.
So yes, I've got some great things to talk about. But we didn't talk about what we were going to talk about, really.
We sure did. Because we both live in border states.
Oh,
remember now?
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's a moot point.
Well, if I'm an illegal alien, can I buy an annuity?
No, you need proper documentation.
So I have to be a registered alien.
You have to be registered, a green card with proper identification. Yes, that is correct.
Now, do I have to supply you with a driver's license, a visa, or a green card?
Great question. I think it might have to be a green card.
Trick question.
It is. Depending
on the carrier, they might want one or all three or two. The last one I worked on, they needed their driver's license from Texas, and they're issued either Visa or Social Security card, because a lot of those folks do have Social Security card. And you know what's crazy, and I think I've talked about this once before, is I am doing my best to learn Spanish since I've been living in Texas. I mean, I can pretty much get the gist of what you're saying. But I can read it and I can write it, but to have a full conversation, and there's just a little bit language barrier, because I had a lady that I'm like, hey, I just need your visa. And she's like, no, I'm not giving you my visa. I go, I can't do this unless I have your visa, because they won't let me do it. I don't give my credit card number to anybody.
I was going to say, do you take MasterCard?
I know, right? So I guess it sounds silly to us because we're thinking Visa, paperwork, but they're thinking, oh, MasterCard, Visa card. Yeah, that's what I use on my Amazon.com, or whatever else.
Exactly.
The heck else you buy. Now, another question, Donnie Lowe. Is there a limit? I'm a registered alien living in this country. Is there a limit in the amount of an annuity that I'm able to do?
There is, and it varies by carrier. But I believe the max, it might be a federal regulation of $2 million. $1 million. Oh, I thought it was 2. Okay.
But depending on the carrier, there are, what are they, Donnie? The E word.
Oh my goodness, you're really throwing me off today.
Exceptions to every rule.
Exceptions. Yes.
But realistically, the most I've been able to get a registered alien annuity wise is $3 million.
Oh, okay.
So that's a little food for thought. Well, guess we're done for the day. That was a great topic, Donnie.
That was beautiful. Yeah, thanks.
Like and comment, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you didn't do the initial disclaimer either.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it because she ain't with us today. So it's just me and you. The comments and statements made by Eddie Buffalo and Donnie Lowe are purely for entertainment values. I did
Values?
That was pretty good today.
Purposes.
It was like Johnny Olson from The Price is Right good, you know? How many
true.
people, when you were kids, stayed home sick or pretend you were sick and watched Price is Right at 11 o'clock every morning? Bob Barker and Barker's Beauties. Maybe that's
My
what we
goodness.
need. Maybe we need some Eddie Buffalo Beauties. Is that sexist?
Probably today.
All right, we'll get.
How about the Buffalo Buttes?
How about Donnie Lowe's Ladies?
Oh my goodness. No, thank you. But the Buffalo Buttes was a women's hockey team, ice hockey team.
Yeah, whatever happened to them?
I think the league didn't take off the way they anticipated. I think.
Yes, too bad. And they played in Harbor Center, didn't they?
They may have, yeah, downtown.
So what we're talking about, Harbor Center, when Terry Bagula bought the Sabres, a little bit after that, he built a Marriott hotel, and then the bottom 2 or 3 floors are hockey rinks. I think it's 2. And like shops on the outside and it's really nice because so many tournaments have come here, and especially the NFL Combine's been here, not the Combine, excuse me, the NHL Combine,
right?
Because in fact, I think the past couple of years, the Rookie Combine has been held at the Harbor Center.
That's right, and it's attached to the arena. Yeah, well, not to the Combine, but I've been to the Harbor Center to watch a lot of different things.
What was there like 5 years ago? All those countries came here. Was it the World Juniors?
The World Juniors, but it was longer than 5 years ago.
And it was that long?
Yes, it was held at the arena itself.
Actually, so we ended up going to see Poland against Russia and USA against Russia. Nice. And they had great crowds. I mean, it's not a really big place, but I'll tell you, with being that close to the ice, dress appropriately. Make sure you got gloves on.
It's cool, like but you know what? Being that close to the ice, it makes you appreciate how fast that sport is. How fast they skate and shoot and hit and.
See, I don't know if you saw anything come over the line from ESPN or anything today. You can pay attention to NFL stuff. Guess where the draft's going to be? Not Buffalo. You're not going to believe it.
Las Vegas.
Last year it was in Detroit. Guess where it is next year?
I thought Vegas, but it's not Vegas.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe not next year. Maybe I was reading it wrong, but they were picked as a draft site. So, I mean, if you can have it in Pittsburgh, I imagine I would bet money on it when the new stadium opens in 26 that we have the draft there.
That would be nice.
I mean, we have such a huge following, with our fans for every sport,
Yeah. No, that's true.
Or Buffalo Sabres can get off the snide, one of these years. I mean, it's been a long time.
It is. I'm looking forward to, I think, a hopeful season anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, annuities. Let's get back to annuities.
Well, come on. I came up with the topic. What else do you want to talk about, Donnie Lowe?
Well, I think what we want to talk about is how to use when you hear financial advisors talk about diversifying your retirement portfolio. So typically what most of those advisors state and mean by that.
Let me get this right, Donnie. Half of it goes to the casinos, half of it goes to your mattress, and then you're set.
That could be one way to lose a lot of money real quick that you've worked for your entire life.
Yes.
So yes. I would not recommend that. However, so they'll talk about, well, earlier in your career, you want to be more aggressive. Maybe your risk tolerance is higher. So you want to see your investments grow faster. So they might put you in like a 60 or 70% stock versus 30%, 40% bond ratio. And then as you get, a little bit closer to retirement, you think, I don't want to have that risk of losing a lot of money in my portfolio for retirement. We'll just kind of shift that so it's more 50 or 60% bonds and then 40% equities.
How do you feel about real estate and gold markets?
Well, again, I am not a certified financial planner,
No, I'm just
nor do
asking
I
your
play one on
opinion.
TV.
Because when I look at annuities for my people, and they agree with me, I still think that the housing market is still going to go on the uptick, and gold is always, is a way to go. But
Mhm.
like Donnie was saying, when they mean diversified, the old saying, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, put some eggs here in gold, some eggs in this, some eggs in the stuff. Donnie was some eggs in the Polish sausage for folks back in Buffalo. I guess a nice kielbasa, some smoke, not the fresh though. I don't like the fresh. No,
You put
no.
the eggs
Go
in
down
the
to the
Brajol.
Broadway the market and say, I want two, maybe three pounds, three
Three
pounds of the
pound?
smoked lupa sausage.
You put the eggs in the Brajol
Oh
or the
no,
sauce.
I'm not Italian like you,
I
Donnie Low.
know. I
So
know.
I would usually for the kids, I would slice up some nice smoked sausage from Lupa's. It's a commercial. They're never gonna watch this. But and then I would put the eggs in there with it, a little garlic, a little onion. Delicious. Even my fussy kids
I'm
enjoy that.
I'm getting
Believe it or
hungry.
not, they would love it with chocolate milk.
Oh my gosh.
Gross.
So, to get back to our topic, if I may,
I will mute
di-
myself, Donnie, because I can't help myself today.
no, that's all right. Don't mute yourself. There's only the two of us, so he muted himself for those that cannot see him, and he's trying to still talk. So diversification, if you wanted to, if your risk tolerance is now, low risk instead of high risk or lower risk, you want to diversify that portfolio, not necessarily more in bonds as they traditionally tell you to do and less in stocks, but you can take some of that money and put it into an annuity, some of those investments and put it into a whole life insurance policy. Now, if you're at the point in your life where maybe you've had some things happen to you health wise and you don't qualify for health insurance or excuse me, life insurance or long-term care insurance, there are some annuity products that offer long-term care insurance benefits without any underwriting. So it's a great hybrid to consider. So it's those benefits for the annuity. Should you have to go into a long-term care skilled nursing facility, as an example, you can have benefits for up to 5 years, 60 months to pay for your nursing care in the facility. So that's something a little different that a lot of people don't talk about.
I'm going to throw something else at you, Donnie Low. Okay, mom needs to go into the nursing home and she's sitting on $3 million. I'm like, oh man, we got to protect this money. So let's take that all out and put it into an annuity like 2 months before she goes in the nursing home. Does that work?
Yeah, it's probably not going to work too well
Why is that, Donnie Low?
because the government can go back 5 years to look at all the financial transactions because they don't want people kind of hiding money so that the government doesn't have to pay for long-term care needs, skilled nursing facility needs, all of that.
I mean, I've heard it as little as 3 years, but it's mostly 5 years back. I
Yeah,
don't know if there's anything wrong with that. If there is,
that might be a state by state thing. I'm not 100% sure, but in any event, I think something like that you have to plan for,
definitely.
obviously. And I think one of the things that we'll do is we'll have an estate attorney, an elder law attorney, come on board and give us a little more education on that for all of our listeners and viewers,
Yeah.
because those are critical things that we really have to consider.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to have one on next week. So keep your fingers crossed on that one.
Okay.
I want to go back to what Donnie was saying, how it is a good alternative if that person is uninsurable. And this is going out to the newer agents that are out there, because I've trained people and they're like, oh my gosh, that they're super nice. I want to help these people out. And I just can't get them, anything, or they're rated so high that even if they can afford it, they're not going to want to.
Right. Doesn't make
I mean,
sense.
it depends on the carrier. I've seen as bad as a Q, and they took it, Don. I've seen as bad as a 15, and they've taken it. And I got to wonder to myself if I would have been more seasoned as a veteran that we are now, and I mean we're still learning a lot. Because I always believe you can always learn more in our business. It changes so much.
Oh, absolutely.
I've had guys and women come up to me and say, Eddie, I don't know what to do. And it's such an easy pivot to an annuity,
Mhm.
but they got to have the money too.
Yeah, that's it.
If they don't have the money in that, you can go to a smaller company that offers simplified or guaranteed issue. They're going to pay through the nose for it,
Yeah.
but at least it's
Simplified,
going to be something.
right? Simplified or guaranteed issued life insurance is what you're referring to.
Explain what that is, Donnie.
Well, first, simplified, and we kind of talked about this on a prior podcast, but a simplified issued life insurance policy is there are very few, although there are a few questions, but very few health related questions and personal history related questions that you have to answer. Guaranteed issue is pretty much, if you haven't been in the hospital within the past 30 or 60 days, you're approved. And there's no other questions. So,
and what's the look back on that? I mean, can they lie? Can
no,
they
you
tell some
can't.
fibs?
You can't lie.
Why is that, Donnie?
Well, because if a claim should have to be paid, and the insurance company comes back to the family saying, "Well, we just want to look at some medical records," and if somebody said, "No, I wasn't in the hospital within the past 30 or 60 days," as an example, and they were stating that while they're in the hospital, well, the insurance company will return the premiums that have been paid, but they will not pay the death benefit.
I was trying to lead you
coverage.
somewhere else, Donnie. I was thinking more about the prescription check.
Oh, so
it's gonna come right up of every drug that's been put into your body. Prescription wise, anyways.
Yeah, that's you can't run and hide because
anything else. That's your business. So
MIB has all the information, and
there's no way to get around it.
There's no way. They can see what prescriptions you've been prescribed, how long you've been on them, how often you have them reordered, everything. You don't lie.
And what's a great way to get started on your annuity journey? Where should you go, Don?
I think you should go to www.ebiagency.com.
He's getting worse than I am. Look at that. That's pretty good.
Look at that. Look at that. There's a lot of information, and we can assist you if you even give us a call at 716-306-2020.
You got it, Donnie Lowe. Hey, and what's really cool is please like and subscribe, hit the bell, hit this, hit that, hit everything. On our audio podcast, you can hit the
fan mail button, right?
Fan mail button, yes. Yeah. And what's really cool is we're taping this before our show yesterday. I don't know if you saw it or not, but on yesterday's show, Sassy Sarah, say that 5 times, Chad.
Yeah.
Sassy Sarah's tax tips. Our buddy Tyler did something pretty fabulous, Don. You're going to be very surprised when you see it.
I can't wait.
Because on the podcast from now on, you'll be able to like and subscribe right from this screen where our faces are.
Beautiful.
Right? Your face, yes, Donnie Lowe's face is beautiful.
Wait. Does that mean they can dislike?
No,
if they'll pick Don.
What's wrong with you? Why would we put a dislike button? Okay. I'm starting to have a collection of ex-wives, so no, we're not doing that. All right. No. No. So, hey, what are you doing this weekend, Don?
Memorial Day weekend.
Gonna
pay tribute to our veterans and those that have served us honorably.
Thank you for your service. We really do mean that from the bottom of our heart.
Yes, for sure, 100%. Hopefully,
what are you doing?
Playing some tennis. And
I thought you played pickleball.
Again, I don't play pickleball.
Did you see that new movie, Mother of the Bride? It's like with Brooke Shields and somebody else.
No.
And it's like her old ex, and they're playing pickleball, and she got him good, Don. She got him right where it counts. Let me tell
Oh my goodness.
you. My ex called me and said, "Oh, you got to watch this." So not
It
just
was
for
with
that part, it was a funny movie, you know.
Brooke Shields.
Yeah, she not
So
looking.
do you know who Brooke
She
Shields
ain't
is
looking too
married
good.
to?
Let me tell you, she ain't looking too good.
Because you're picturing her as 18 years old,
Right? Of course you are. Yes.
60-year-ish, right?
Hmm.
Do you know what one of her ex-husbands is?
No,
Andre Agassi. What,
I
what
remember that now that you say
what
that.
did
Yes.
Andre Agassi? What was his? He
Yes.
was a professional tennis player.
Forever. He was number one forever.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Was that
ironic.
kid from Tonawanda playing with him back in the day? What was that kid's name?
Jimmy Arias from Grand Island.
Is he still around? He doesn't play anymore, does he?
No, he doesn't play, but I've seen him occasionally on the Tennis Channel
What do you
as a
think of
commentator.
Pagula's kid? What is she, number two in the world?
She's
Where-
dropped a little bit. I think she was as high as number 3. I think she's around 7 or 8 now. So she's
That's
dropped
very
a little bit,
interesting.
but still in the top 10.
Well, I'm super excited because my swimming pool opens this weekend, my apartment
Beautiful.
complex. It's about time, you know. Which I don't understand. I live in Texas where it's hot most of the year, and the pool still only opens up from Memorial Day to Labor Day. I'm like, this is like I'm back in Buffalo. What's the
I was
sense?
just going to say it could be
It makes no
Buffalo.
sense. I guess it's different at different complexes, but I have like 4 to pick from. So am I really going to complain?
You're going to go out there with your little float that you put around your waist.
No, I'm terrified of getting sunburned because I get burned so bad. So I actually have a brand new pair of spider swim trunks, and I bought one of those long sleeve white spider. You know what I'm talking about? The sun protection
UV protection.
shirts. I look
Yeah.
like a geek, but I don't care because I mean,
No.
all my life I've gotten horrible sunburns. You know,
Yeah, me too. Me too.
that's just awful. Well, do you wear hats all the time? I'm not being a wise guy, but
No,
you
yeah.
got to be careful.
Yeah, I do.
'Cause,
I wear hat, sunscreen on my face, arms, legs, whatever. Anything exposed.
and a little tip to our viewers out there: get your skin checked at least once a year.
Yeah.
You know, because skin cancer is something that is for real. You know, and I knock on wood, I'm thrilled that I haven't had any problems. I mean, I used to get blisters. It was so bad when I was a kid because I didn't, I live in the pool. You know, my Aunt Alice had a cottage out in Evans, and I lived in that pool. I mean, God, when I was a kid, that thing was like 24 across. That's just, I can't even imagine that. I mean, my pool back in South Buffalo is only like 18-footer. You know,
Oh,
that's
really?
all I could fit in the yards back there. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I do have a real funny sunburn story.
Go for it, Don.
Nothing related to insurance, annuities, business.
Welcome to Sunburn Stories with your buddy Donnie Lowe. All the opinions of a Donnie Lowe are telling you to put on sunscreen.
That's right. So this was a number of years back before she was my wife, we were dating,
Oh, my
and
wife.
big thing, living in Buffalo, very easy access to go into Canada.
Mhm.
So there's a couple beaches, and
Except during COVID.
except during COVID, and a couple different beaches and quarries where you can go to swim. And
Jerkston, you're talking?
yeah, actually it was Shirkston Beach and quarry.
Do you believe there's like trucks and stuff in that quarry in the Jerkston Lake or whatever it is?
I know, isn't that crazy?
That's
So
what they
this is a
say.
type of
I don't
beach.
know.
Like if you've ever been to Daytona Beach where you can drive
No.
on the beach and park your car on the beach, that's how I don't think you can do it anymore, but that's how Shirkston used to be. So in any event, my wife and I go there for the day, hot, July day, and I really wasn't cognizant of sunscreen back then, right?
None of us are.
So
We think we're,
yeah, so
invincible.
exactly. So we spend the day there, and we get in our car to come back home, and I'm dropping her off at her house, and I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling this sunburn. I could
Oh,
barely
yeah.
sit in the car, and I was like glowing like a red lobster, if you could imagine. So my wife says, wait a minute, let me go in and I'll get something for you to help cool it down. So she goes in the house, she comes back out, said, here, try this. And she put Noxzema cream on my arms, and oh my God, I was burned so bad that the Noxzema was melting and almost like boiling, it's like sizzling on my skin. I was, oh my God, I couldn't move for like 3 days. I was like,
We bought some stuff when we were in Mexico, and I don't know what was in it, but you put that stuff on and it does not hurt. You know, I mean, maybe you'll glow after it, I'm sure. You know, God only knows what was in it, you know. But yeah,
maybe like aloe vera.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The worst I think I ever got it, I was we just popped up that our podcast should start in an hour, Don. What's going on with that? I'm a little confused today. But I found it old. Oh no, I know what it is. Never mind. I'll tell you afterwards. Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt everyone.
That's right.
When we moved into the one house, I found an old, like, antique footboard and headboard for a bed, and that was the exact same size we had. So, smart Eddie thought to take it out in the backyard. I never stripped, like, they painted it, so I wanted all that paint off to get to the regular wood. And dumb Eddie thought it's a great idea to start super early in the morning, and then I'll have it done by 3-4 o'clock. I had a wife beater on. I don't know if that's an inappropriate term nowadays, but you know what I'm talking
Probably
about.
Not.
The old Hanes white t-shirts with no arms.
Right.
Don, I was so blistered when I laid in the tub just to cool off. I could just feel them all go breaking. It was just disgusting. And then they put that do you ever try that Silvadene cream?
No.
It looks silver, but it goes on. When you go on, it's all black.
Oh, really?
And especially if you're peeling already, you can see all the peels. It's like a geographical map of all your peeling and everything like that.
You know, I was getting hungry for lunch, but not anymore.
Well, I think we've did we even talk about annuities today? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't know. So I'm going to end our show like we always do. First of all, everybody have a nice, safe time with your family this Memorial weekend, because we'll see you back on Tuesday for Sassy Sarah's regular show. If you like working with people that are just like you, we're the people to see. www.ediagency.com, 716-306-2020 if you're trying to get a hold of me or Donnie Lowe. Pretty soon we will have merchandise for the podcast. I know I have the Disney princess, Alexa. She's working on our stickers. So, and then Donnie's working on a bunch of stuff for us too. So for your buddy Donnie Lowe and your buddy Eddie Buffalo, until we meet again, stay safe, everybody. Take care.
Ciao.